What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Big Boy Johnny 25 representing Team Big Boy Johnny 25. Today I'm gonna give you guys my Raw review video. So if you guys are new, hit that red button, turn my notification bell. Let's get started. It says Raw is live at Toronto. I'm just gonna get to the point. It says, look, Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. That match is I didn't really care about. I give it a 7 out of 10. So look, it says, look, the winner of that match by disqualification, Finn Balor. Then we had another match between Finn Balor and Baron Corbin. It was for no disqualification match. So the winner of that match was Baron Corbin. So I didn't really care about that. I was so sick and tired of seeing the same wrestler seeing the same thing over and over again like last week Monday. So anyway, so let me move on. Sasha Banks versus Donna Brooks. I give that match a 8 out of 10. That's just my own thoughts. My opinion says the winner of the match, Sasha Banks. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Let me read you guys this article right here. After that match, Sasha and Bayley celebrate as Titus Worldwide looks on. They leave and Apollo Crews enter the ring and checks on Donna. Titus watches from outside the ring. Okay, it says back from the break, and we go a backstage segment to set up Dean Ambrose versus Jinder Mahal. We go former ring introductions from JoJo. It says back from the break. Owens and Rollins grounded in the middle of the ring. We see how Owens nailed a DDT for a 2 count. You know what I'm saying? During the break, Rollins fights out, but Owens whips him and hard into the corner and he goes down. Owens drops an elbow from the second rope and Owens for a 2 count. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. I really enjoyed Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental title shot. So I'm just gonna keep reading, man. So they go back and forth and go at it as the referee counts. Owens brings it back into the ring and forces on the arm. Working Rollins over the corner. Owens stands over Rollins and continues to dominate. Owens with another 2 count. Owens keeps Rollins down by his arm. Cannonball into the burial, but Rollins move. Rollins make it back first, and Owens follow Rollins with a forearm in the corner. Owens fights back, and they traded the shots. Rollins comes back with a sling blade. Rollins runs the ropes and hits a suicide dive to bring Owens down on the floor. Rollins goes back and hits another big dive. Rollins goes back and forth for the third dive, but Owens meets him at the rope with a forearm. Rollins won't give up and finally hits the third dive. We go to commercial break. Okay, so it says the winner of the match was not winner of the match. Let me continue reading. Owens talks some trash while punching Rollins in the head. Now Rollins fights back and unloads. They trade counters and Rollins nails a big kick to the jaw. Owens catches Rollins with a stunner for a 2 count. Fans chanted, "Holy, you know what?" Now Owens works Rollins over in the corner and takes him to the top. Owens goes for a superplex, but Rollins resisted. Rollins tries for the sunset flip powerbomb, but Owens hangs on. Rollins turns that into a buckle bomb, but Rollins bounces right back with a super kick for a 2 count as the crowd goes wild. Owens goes to the top for a frog splash, but Rollins jumps up and decks him. They trade shots and Rollins climbs up. They unload with strikes up to top now. Owens with a headbutt. Rollins with an integrate after another counter in the corner. Rollins jumps up back up, but over Owens counters and he falls on his bad shoulder. Owens goes for a moonsault, but Rollins moves. Rollins with a backflip stomp for the win. It says the winner of the match was, and the winner of the match is still the Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins. So that match was like a 10 out of 10 for me. So it is what it is. So I really enjoy that match. So it is what it is. So now let's move on. Team B versus WWE Raw. I give it like a 10 out of 10. I really enjoy that. So it is what it is. So enough of that. So the winner of the match, the rival. So next week they're gonna Team B is gonna face the rival for the Raw Tag Team Champions next week Monday. I just want to let you guys know that. So just have to put that out there. It says, look, Natalya versus Alicia Fox. Okay. It says back from the break, and Alexa Bliss is out with Alicia Fox. She runs down Trish. Natalya and Rousey and taunts Trish to hype their match at Evolution. Bliss also says she's getting her rematch with Rousey at Hell in a Cell and will be taking her title back. Bliss introduced her friend who knows Trish all about and comes out Mickie James, which is I don't really care about because we've seen it all the time. But Mickie James needs to be her own character. She don't need to be with Alicia Fox and Alexa Bliss. I'm just putting that out there. So let me continue reading. Natalya ends up getting the sharpshooter on Fox for the win. After Mickie and Bliss beat her with a cheap shot from the floor, Trish and Rousey came over and they retreated into the crowd before Natalya got the win. So the winner of the match, Natalya. It says after the break, Trish and Rousey join Natalya in the ring, and as the music hits, Mickie and Bliss look for the crowd. Okay, it says still to come. Mahal versus Ambrose. Also another look at Triple H versus The Undertaker. Back to the commercial. So it is what it is. So it says we go to a handicap match with Bobby Lashley versus The Ascension. Bobby Lashley defeated The Ascension in a handicap match, and that's all I got to say from there. You know what I'm saying? The winner of the match, Bobby Lashley. Now let me read this. After that match, Lashley stands tall and his music hits. We see Dean Ambrose pacing backstage. He will face Jinder Mahal next. Back to commercial. Dean Ambrose versus Jinder Mahal. That match was like a 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed Dean Ambrose beat down on Jinder Mahal. So it says the winner of that match, Dean Ambrose. Okay. So look at here. It says after that match, Ambrose stands tall and his music hits. We get replay. Ginger watches as Ambrose matches to the back. Roman is backstage with Braun Strowman walks in. Braun acknowledge they don't like each other and says the only things getting slaughtered tonight are their opponents. Braun, it says Braun rather how Reigns will have 20 more days to think about Braun Strowman taking his title at Hell in a Cell. Reigns says, Braun, you realize on day 21 how he failed to take the title. Reigns walks off. Back to commercial. It says, look. It says, check this out. Back from the break, the rival versus the B team with the titles on the line. It's announced for next week. The Bella Twins will face the Riot Squad next week. Also, that's going to be a good match I'm about to look into. It says Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman versus Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, which is like a 10 out of 10. I really like the ending part, so I rate that a 10 out of 10. So it says the winner of the match by disqualification, Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. Let me guys read you this. It says after the bell, Braun enters the ring and stares at his opponent. They beat down Reigns. Braun grabs Reigns and yells in his face and then drops him. Braun launches Reigns into the corner but one arm and he goes down again. Braun nods Now it's at Drew and Lowe's on Reigns in the corner. Ziggler super kicks him. The music hits, and out comes Dean Ambrose to make the save. Ambrose hits the ring, but he gets triple team. The WWE Intercontinental Championship, Seth Rollins runs out next, selling his injured arm. Rollins also gets triple team. Braun and Ziggler and McIntyre destroys the Shield with their finisher. Drew picks Reigns up and feds him to Braun for a big power slam in the middle of the ring. Braun grabs Ziggler and McIntyre arms, rising them in the middle of the ring as the fans boo. Raw goes off air with Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre stands tall. So, if you guys enjoyed my WWE Raw review video, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what you guys think, and I'm on $20 from this video. Shout out to everybody, man. This your boy, Big Boy John 25. See you guys later.